Welcome back, Justin here. So we're in the changing of the seasons, the Dutch seasons to autumn. It's just gone the start of October. Well, no, it hasn't. It's going to go the start of October in a couple of days. But already the weather has really turned, and summer is a distant memory now. Temperatures around 13, 14, 15 degrees during the day, 5-6 degrees Celsius obviously at night. So it is getting pretty cold and miserable. Still got a few orchids out here though. So we've got here the Cymbidium lowii, which didn't really flower that well in the end this year, so I didn't show it, but it's grown pretty well, so turning into a rather large plant. And even in spite of the colder temperatures, you might be a bit surprised. A couple of the plants that I've still got out here. So this is a Maxillaria sandriana from higher altitudes in South America. Loves cool, damp conditions. So quite happy to still be out here at this time of year. And next to this we've got Phragmipedium, and this is one that's kind of been going hot and cold for me, so not going well in winter in the greenhouse, but outdoors in the summer then it recovers. So you can see the roots growing there, and it's sort of recovering, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a long-term prospect. So this one's Phragmipedium Don Wimber. It's a Bessier hybrid, and it seems to also enjoy cooler temperatures. And here another cooler grower, like Lycastilocusta. For me this is one of the really beautiful species orchids with jade green flowers. So I hope that's going to do better for me than the last plant I had. And they grow up to 2,000 meters again in the Andes, so should be able to enjoy quite cool conditions during the winter. And here a couple of Paphs. You might be surprised to see Paphs still out here, but my Cranthum, the one on the left there, they take cold temperatures in the winter for sure, pretty cold. So give it a bit of a cold spell now. That's how you can induce blooming. Although this one is not really, those fans are not really grown large enough to be able to bloom yet. And the one next to that is the Esquireli alba, which flowered already, I think earlier this year, wasn't it? And that also enjoys cooler temperatures. So this will help it hopefully to set the bloom for next year. And next to that, Paphiopedilum armeniacum. Well, this one's really on its last legs. I just can't give it cool enough conditions, I think. Probably the problem, but yeah, it's been a real struggle with that one. And what else have we got? Got another Cymbidium over here, and I think this is the last of the outdoors growing orchids. I'll take them in the next couple of weeks as soon as it starts to get down below 5 degrees. I think it's time to bring them in. So into the greenhouse now, and we can see a Paphiopedilum in bud here. And this is another beautiful green flowering orchid, Malipoensis. Had this one, got this one as a little seedling, probably about 3 years ago, and it's grown really well for me. It's an intermediate, I'd say, growing. It grows quite readily for me. Keep it in sphagnum moss mix, which it seems to, some of these Parvisepalum Paphs seem to enjoy that, bit of sphagnum moss in the mix. A lot of other Paphs really don't like sphagnum moss in the mix, so something to be aware of if you're considering to try sphagnum moss. But the Parvisepalums mostly, and these are all Parvisepalums, you can tell by the foliage. They all generally seem to like it. This is my Vietnamense here. It's got a couple of little Kikes on it after it flowered, but very, very slow to recover. And we've got a first time bloomer here in bud. This is Cattleya maxima, plant which I've had for many years and didn't grow it at all well for many years, and almost killed it. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I guess, I decided to just optimize the culture specifically for Cattleyas in the greenhouse, and watch a lot of videos from Stephen Van Kempen-Lewis and other people on YouTube, and so now basically I just try to reproduce Texan summer in the greenhouse, because that's what they seem to enjoy, and yeah, it seems it's paying dividends. So this plant is going to be blooming for the first time. This is another recovery plant here. This one is a Laelia Laelia perenniae, and again a plant which was really, for all intents and purposes, dead. So it was a recovery plant, a rescue plant, and what I did this year, which surprised me, I went on holiday in June, so I decided to just put it in the garden and leave it to its own devices, and it actually really enjoyed it out there. So apparently the somewhat cooler temperatures are no problem for this species at all. It really enjoyed it, in fact, and it's even put on a sheath, so this would also be a first time blooming. Interesting to note that it's a double sheath, which I wasn't aware, at least, that these species has a double sheath. I wonder if it really is a perenniae. Well, time will tell. But it does have a sheath, so we might get a bloom from that one. It doesn't want to stand on its own too well. So this is my Phragmipedium Fritz Schomburg, which has got a bud on it. Did have a bud last year as well, but it blasted. And the year before, I got a flower on it. So I think I've had it for 5 or 6 years, and only one time have I been able to get a flower. And you can see the growth is not that big, but I think the flower probably will succeed this year. But the frags are, yeah, they're looking okay, but I do struggle with them a little bit. So I'm still trying to figure out what the problem is. They tend to do very well outdoors in the summer, so I've just brought them back into the greenhouse, and then by the end of winter they're kind of struggling. So I'm not too sure exactly what the problem is there, but my latest theory is that it could be the fertilizer, too much fertilizer perhaps. So I'm going to try giving them a different water source than my other orchids, with less fertilizer, and see if that helps. So this is another Parvisepalum, Paphiopedilum that's in bud, and this one is Fumi's Delight is the name of it. And if memory serves me correctly, this one is Micranthum by Armeniacum. It's quite a spectacular hybrid, in fact. So yeah, I really look forward to seeing this one in bloom sometime soon. So this is my Paphiopedilum philippinensis, variety Robalingii, flowering again for I think it's the third time this one has flowered. So it's flowered every year for the last 3 years. And yeah, nice little show this year. They all opened up together pretty much at the same time, which is good. Last year it was a bit more of a sequential blooming, but I prefer it if they all open up together. So very happy with this one, and you can see it's quite a healthy plant, quite a happy plant, with more fans growing to flower next year, the year after. So this has been a really great plant for me. And the way I grow this is quite bright, almost to Cattleya levels of light, and as warm as possible basically, but I'm growing it in the house, so not exceptionally warm for most of the year, but it seems to do just fine. So this is a Phalaenopsis pulcherrima, really beautiful rubra colour form. You can see the growth style there. So these, they used to be in another genus, Doritis, but they were recategorized under Phalaenopsis, but they do grow a little bit different than most Phalaenopsis, a little bit drier and a little bit brighter, so a little bit more towards Vanda culture. You can see all the roots there, a lot of aerial roots, and quite a very long spike, and this has been flowering for some months now, but really beautiful colours on that. And here we've got the Phalaenopsis equestris caerulea still going, beautiful colours, getting towards the end now. It's got a little kaiki out there, hanging out there as well, which I'm trying to get going. A couple of more paphs here. This one's, I believe it's Paphiopedilum niveum. It was mislabeled from Schwerdt as Leucochilum, but I believe it to be niveum. And next to that, just finishing up more for comparison, is Thyanum. So you can see it's a much smaller flower on this one, but it's actually finished already, unfortunately. So this is another equestris. This first time blooming on this was a little seedling, but it's grown very vigorously this year, and this is another colour form with, you can see the really beautiful tequila sunrise lip there. It's gorgeous. So yeah, another equestris, pretty easy, and a couple of other summer blooming phals still going. It's got the Bellina here with a very nice fragrance, and it's a Violacea hybrid, I think Violacea by Speciosa or something like that. Another hybrid up here.
Look yonder. Look yonder. A big black cloud comes. Yeah, a big black cloud comes. Come to Tupelo. Yonder on the horizon. Yonder on the horizon. Stop in the mighty river and suck the damn thing dry. Just some thunder rumble, rumble hungry like the beast that cometh down, the beast that cometh down, the beast that cometh down. Oh, Tupelo bound. You can tell yourself you're dreaming, but no sleep runs this deep. Oh, no sleep runs this deep. Oh God, I'm a Tupelo. Oh God, I'm a Tupelo. Oh God, I'm a Tupelo.